Hey guys, it's Jackie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing a sew with me video where I show you how to recycle your old shirts. And today we'll be making this cute Y2K-esque ruched tube top. Oh my god, that's a mouthful. But as you can see here, I just have on a basic ass blue shirt that I got from Primark like years ago. As you can tell, it doesn't really like fit me anymore. But we're gonna be flipping that. I also made one in red as well. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. So first things first, we need to measure our bodice. You could also trace a tube top that fits you just like how I did it here. And I left 1 inch for seam allowance. I didn't measure exactly how long I needed for the length of the straps. I just cut twice from the fabric, about 3/4 inch each, and let's hope that it's long enough. Next, we're going to cut a little rectangle about 2 inches by 3 inches. This is going to create the tunnels for our ruching that we're going to add in later on. Okay, now here is where we take in our measurements. We are going to be measuring the width of our waist, and we're going to be pinning along the sides about where we need to cut off. Again, we could trace a top that already fits us, so we don't have to cut with a ruler and all that stuff. But mine comes out to be about 13 inches in length. Sewing time. I'm using one of the loosest straight stitches on my machine, and we're just gonna sew right along where we just pinned. And don't forget to backstitch when you start and when you end a stitch, because that will lock in your stitches and prevent it from fraying and loosening. Now that we've sewed both sides, I'm just taking my scissors and trimming off the excess fabric that we don't need. Now to secure the raw hem, I'm using a medium length zigzag stitch, and we're going to sew right along the edge, zigzagging all the way down. We're going to hem the top by making 2 folds, with each fold being a 1/4 inch. As a beginner, you could iron each fold so it's easier and neater. I didn't do that because I was too lazy to get out my iron, but if you're doing it like me, pin the fold every few inches so it doesn't unfold itself. Of course, if you are ironing it, I think it'll be completely fine without the pinning. This is honestly the most tedious part, and it took me so much longer than I anticipated. To hem the folds, I'm using the loose straight stitch again, and I put my stitches about 1/4 inch from the edge. And I actually love to start the stitches at the side seams because it makes it so much easier to hide any back stitching. Rather than having the back stitching in the front of a shirt, it just looks so much cleaner and more professional if you hide it in the side seams. I actually did a second line of stitches, which I forgot to record, but it's pretty much the 2 rows of stitches that you find on any article of clothing. I just think it makes the shirt look less like I made this lousy top and more like I bought this top from a store. You know what I mean. Okay, now onto the straps. This is kind of hard to explain, but essentially we're going to connect the 2 loops together. And to do this, we need to cut them open. Cut off one of the seams from each loop, and we're going to connect them with the right sides together. The right side is going to be the side that doesn't have that odd little bulgy seam thing along it. So pretty much think of the outside of a shirt. It's all smooth and stuff, and on the inside of a shirt has all that like stitching and like seams and stuff. Yeah, that outside smooth side is the right side. Next, we're going to be sewing these straps with the right sides together. I'm using the tiniest zigzag stitch because zigzag stitches will allow the fabric to stretch when pulled, which is something that we need since we're going to be tugging and tying it around our necks. I switched the tension to 2, which is slightly tighter because I don't want the stitches to be too loose that it'll come undone when we're tugging at it. We're almost done with the straps, you guys. We just need to turn it inside out so it will give us that smooth finish. You could do this with a tube turner or even a safety pin. I made my straps a little too narrow since they are 3/4 inch, but I would say cut your straps 1 inch or even 1 1/4 inch. That will make this such an easy job. Now, don't forget about the rectangular piece because this is where it comes into play. Find the middle of your top and pin it or mark it somehow. Taking that rectangle, we're going to align it right in that center and pin it down. Then we're going to sew 3 lines. 1 line is down the center where the pins are, and the second and third lines are about 1/4 inch away from that center line. I'm just using that loose straight stitch number 3 again. We've made it to the finale! Taking a safety pin, pin it to one side of the strap, and we're going to thread it through one of the channels that we just made. Push it all the way through one channel and make a U shape into the second channel. This takes some tugging and adjusting, but trust the process, we're at the finish line. And here we are. Here is the final look, the final reveal. It's super cute and quite easy to make. It's super summery, and even though summer is coming to an end, you could still work this into your fall wardrobe by throwing a cardigan over it. I also made a red one, but I think this navy is more of my color. But that's it for today's sew with me video. Should I make the sew with me thing into like a series? Let me know in the comments down below. I do have a few thrift flips on my channel, so be sure to check that out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, also don't forget to subscribe. It would mean the world to me, and peace out, Girl Scout.